Abraham Lincoln, the president who changed history. Abraham Lincoln was one of the presidents of the United States who did not belong to a wealthy family. He was born in 1809 to a poor farmer. As a child, he had little access to education, but his love of books set him apart from others. As time passed, Lincoln became a lawyer, then entered politics. In 1860, he was elected president of the United States, but power was not a joy for him, but rather the greatest test. As soon as Lincoln became president, a serious crisis arose in the United States. The southern states wanted to maintain the system of slavery, while the northern states were against it. The result was that the Civil War began in the country. Generals, politicians, and capitalists were all pressuring Lincoln. Some said, "Don't end slavery, otherwise the war will be prolonged." Some said the country will break up. Some even openly threatened Lincoln. Sleepless nights and the decisive moment. It is said that Lincoln often sat alone in the White House thinking. He knew that if slavery was abolished, the southern states would become more rebellious. His own life would be in danger. But he also knew that slavery was a wrong system. Finally, in 1863, despite all the dangers, Lincoln made the historic decision that changed the world. Millions of slaves were freed under this proclamation. This decision was not just a law, but a victory for humanity. After this decision, Lincoln became a symbol of freedom around the world. But his enemies increased within the United States. He continued to receive threats, but he stuck to his decision. Emancipation Proclamation was a historic proclamation issued by U.S. President Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863. The Emancipation Proclamation means the proclamation of the end of slavery. Under this proclamation, in the states of America where the rebellion, Civil War, was taking place, all slaves were declared free. The slaves in the states in rebellion are now free. This proclamation did not immediately end slavery in the entire United States. Slavery was completely abolished in 1865 with the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. This proclamation paved the way for the freedom of slaves. It turned the American Civil War into a war against slavery. It freed millions of slaves. It is considered a major achievement of human rights. Abraham Lincoln is called the savior of slaves. The Civil War ended in 1865. America was once again united. The people considered Lincoln to be the savior. But alas, just a few days after the war ended, Abraham Lincoln was shot and killed in a theater. But 12 days later, the U.S. military surrounded him. Booth was shot and killed during the escape. It was a great tragedy for America, but his decision changed the history of the world. Decisions of truth and justice often demand the sacrifice of life. But history always supports the truth. The decision of history. Lincoln is gone, but his decision still lives today. The president who used power, not force, for humanity.